Alright guys, another low impact beginning video here. Welcome. Let's get moving. We got some side step twists. Just step out, twist, work on both those hips and that core. A lot of shoulders, a lot of core, a lot of hips today. These tend to be the areas that tighten up and weaken up on us, especially if we have jobs where we sit a lot. Next up, we have a good morning. On these, I'm going to tell you to do what you can. Here in the video, you're going to see my feet are underneath my hips, and I'm hip hinging, so just leaning forward with a flat back and a big chest. You want to go until you feel slight stretch in the hamstrings. A little bit of discomfort is okay. We don't want to feel pain here, though. Coming up, we have a reach to a toe touch. So again, a lot of core, a lot of shoulders. We're going to reach to my toes, reach down, reach up, reach down to the toes. Working on a little bit of mobility here as we also get our heart rate up and get a sweat going. Reach up as high as you can. If your shoulders are tight or uncomfortable here, you go to where you can without feeling pain. Again, discomfort is okay. I don't want to feel any pain. All right, here we're going to be in a nice squat. Obviously, the lower you get, the more glute and quad and hamstring activation you're going to get. But you got to go. You got to go where you can, right? Many of us are just beginning. We're just starting off, and you might be limited in your mobility. Limited in your strength, and that's why we're doing this. So you do what you can here. Next up, we have knees over hurdles. I do this with my athletes a lot. All right, pretend there's a little hurdle there that I'm stepping over it both sides. Again, you get your feet up as high as you can. If you barely get your feet off the ground 1 or 2 inches, that's okay. We all have to start somewhere. Be comfortable with where you're at. And just understand that as you continue to do this, you're going to get better. This next one is now our legs over hurdles. So now I'm going to kick my leg out instead of just my knees. And again, maybe you're barely getting your feet off the ground, and that's okay. I would challenge you as you finish up this 28-day challenge, which I know you guys probably still have a couple weeks left. Why not go through it again? And challenge yourself the second time through to not do the modified versions of the movements, to pick up the pace a little. This is not just for absolute beginners. We got arm circles forward. Again, working on those shoulders. And over time, our shoulders get so weak. When shoulders start to pull forward and rotate forward, we get a lot of back and neck problems. We have a hard time sleeping. And of course, we're doing forward circles, right? Those arms are as straight as possible, nice, about shoulder height. And then we're going to do backward circles. Yeah, like I was saying before, maybe you start achieving the health and fitness that you want. You can go back to any of these videos and implement them for a quick 10-minute, heart rate increasing, calorie burning movement session. Just implement these any way you can, especially once you finish the 28-day challenge. All right, we have pull downs. We're going to reach up. We're going to pull our elbows down. Some of you may have seen this movement in the gym before. It's a great back movement once you get comfortable enough, or if you do go to a gym. What a great back movement. But here we've got obviously no weight. We're just pulling our elbows down and we're squeezing that back, squeezing my shoulder blades as much as possible. And you'd be surprised at how much you're going to feel this in your back. Okay, then we have shoulder press. So just the opposite. Right now we're pushing up, and I want you to actively tense up your shoulders as you push, right? Pretend that you're pushing a bar up. Pretend you're pushing up against the ceiling here. Doing a great job. Coming up, we have a lateral raise to an overhead. This is going to look kind of like the upper portion of jumping jack. So we're going to bring our hands out to the side and up over top, out to the side, up over top. Again, just working on the shoulder mobility, working on that shoulder strength. As you do this movement, one of the things I want to challenge you to do is not to shrug your shoulders. Try not to shrug your shoulders. Great job. All right, here we have a squat hold. So we're just going to get into that squat position. We're just going to hold it. Isometrics can be a great way to build some good strength and stability. We just get into positions, we just hold it for as long as we can or a certain period of time. Right here, just holding it for 30 seconds. All right, this next move is, they're called med ball slams. And again, some of you may have seen what like their weighted ball that people oftentimes use in the gym. And here, I'm going to imagination corner, I have my med ball, and I'm slamming it on the ground, which means I'm swinging my arms down, I'm squatting. This is a little different than a reach to a toe touch because I'm picking up the pace here a little bit. Again, go at your speed, what you're comfortable with, what you can do without exerting yourself too much so that you can't do the rest of the workout. Now again, we're going to go in the opposite direction. We call these skier swings, and if you had a pair of dumbbells in your hands, you would be swinging those up, but we don't. And so we're just swinging our hands up, bringing our hips through here, right? Squeeze the glutes a little bit every time I swing my arms up. Great job. Coming up, we have this interesting exercise called a Cuban press. So I want you to watch what I'm doing here. Arms up, my elbows bent. So I'm going to externally rotate my arms and then push up. Man, this is a great shoulder building exercise. If you feel like maybe the next time you go through this workout, you want to grab some 2 or 3 or 5 pound dumbbells. There's some of these movements you can implement a dumbbell with. Cuban press is one of them. All right, our high knee reach here, right? So I'm just hands up over the head, bring my knee up again. Now I'm just getting a little extra core activation here as I also work my shoulders. Here I'm going fairly slow. You may not even be going this fast, and that's okay. But maybe you think you can go a little faster, and that's absolutely okay too. All right, side crunches, over the head. Okay, just bending as much as you can to each side, squeezing those obliques. Some of these movements classically are done on the ground, and maybe you have a hard time getting them up and down off the ground. It's just not conducive for you. Maybe you're pregnant, maybe we've got some mobility issues, joint replacement, whatever the case may be. And so we can still get a good core workout without going down to the ground. We can continue to stand and get a good activation. Taking a little pause here. I got a little winded here, okay. Knee up, twisting crunches. Again, oftentimes a movement that is done on the ground, but here, as you can see, we can do this standing, and you bring your knee up as much as you can, again, as much as your mobility will allow you to. All right, we call these curtsies. This is a little modified version of a curtsy lunge, and if you can do a curtsy lunge, certainly do it. Here, I'm just stepping back, slight bend in the knee, slight little squat there, a little lunge there. If you're doing a true curtsy lunge, I want to try to bring that back knee down to the ground or as close as possible. Again, some people don't have that mobility yet, so that's okay. All right, our last movement are squat unders. So where we had our hurdle step overs, this time we're going to dip underneath a bar, dip underneath a fence, dip underneath whatever. So we're going to step to the side, squat down. There we go. Good. Just like that. And again, you get as low as you can. Doing a great job, guys. We're coming to the end of our workout. I want to applaud you again for showing up 2 weeks in a row, and I'm excited about your fitness journey. Great job.